This is my second Miss Universe predictions video. Honestly, I can hardly make a decision when it comes to these predictions. There are so many amazing women this year that I am constantly back and forth between who I think could possibly be the next winner, who could make the semifinals, and I see new pictures, videos, interviews of the girls, and I constantly am changing my mind. I have a short list of girls who were kind of catching my eye, I guess, but they're not quite in my semi-final list. I'm liking what I'm seeing from them, but I'd like to see more, I guess. So they're on my radar. In fact, they've been on my radar or in my top and back and forth, some of them. One is Denmark. I really like her. She's obviously a beautiful girl. All the girls are beautiful. What I like about her is that she is all about body confidence, self-esteem. She started a campaign called This Is Me, and I think she has a powerful story. So I really like what I'm seeing from her. So she's on my radar. Also Russia. I don't know anything about her, but she's very beautiful. So she's on my radar. I like what I'm seeing from her. I also have Nepal, Kenya. I have India in this list. She was in my top picks in my first video. And honestly, I have her back and forth between my semi-finalists and then not. So she's very close. Like, I keep going back and forth with India. Next I have Hungary. She's a beautiful girl. Like I said, they're all beautiful. So Great Britain. She has a really strong profile and I really like what I'm seeing from her. I like the content I've been seeing from her. So I have Iceland on the radar and Spain. I had Spain in my top and now I don't have her in my top at this moment. That could change like tonight or tomorrow. There were some other girls for me that were kind of bringing a bit more. The next girls are standing out to me a little bit more. Now I could not decide on a top 16, so I have a top 18. First I have Malta. I didn't actually have her in my last predictions, I don't think. And she has a law degree and is pursuing her master's in law, so I really like that. And I tried to do a little bit more research into the girls' profiles. Some girls I found it hard to find anything on them. The Miss Universe website is really inconsistent with their bios, and I think that they should do is have like a questionnaire for the girls to fill out so they're all asked the same things, like what's your education if you have any education, what do you do for a job, what's your volunteer experience. Ask them all similar questions so that we can kind of get a good overall picture of who these women are, whereas some girls have a bio that's like this long and others have ones that are like this. It doesn't really give you a good sense of who these women are, and as I mentioned in my video what the Miss Universe organization and IMG looks for in a Miss Universe, this is huge. Who these girls are, how they speak, what they've done, it's such a huge part of who's gonna win. We as fans or spectators know nothing about them. It's really hard to make these decisions, and that's what has been my struggle in figuring out which girls I think are standing out even more. They're all beautiful, so what's that extra bit that puts them into the semifinals? I tried my best to find information on these girls. If you have more information on some of them that you think that I should know that might help my predictions, please let me know in the comments because I'm really interested in finding out more about these girls. I have her in my top 18. And then I have Indonesia. I don't know much about Indonesia, but started standing out to me. I don't know much about her, but it seems like she has a great personality based on what I've seen in the videos. Next, I have Mexico, and a lot of people were upset that I didn't include Mexico in my first predictions, but I just hadn't really seen much about her. I didn't know anything about her or her story, and I found out she has a degree in nutrition, and so I think that's a really great platform. Next, I have Nigeria. She has just been standing out to me. I found out she has a bachelor degree in history and diplomatic studies, so that's impressive. And education is not necessary or like a prerequisite to winning a pageant, and some of that I include is the only information I could find on these girls, so that's why I included it. Next I have Curacao, has an English education degree, and she started a foundation. Next I have Thailand. I was a little bit disappointed when she first arrived in terms of her overall kind of like styling and look. Really liking what I'm seeing from her now, and I found out that I don't know anything about her. I really thought she looked elegant and really stood out to me at that fashion show thing event that they just did like yesterday. Some of you also were asking me if English is something that I'm considering, whether these girls speak English or not, and I have no idea. I don't know who speaks English and who doesn't. I follow some of these girls on social media, but I don't know who speaks English and who doesn't unless they're speaking English in their stories. Venezuela, she is also on my list. Again, I think she was finishing her last year of law school when she won, or she's in law school, and I'm liking what I'm seeing from her, so she's on my list again. And then I have Australia. I really have liked her. She's super cute. She has a bachelor's degree in sociology and is now pursuing a master's in publishing, and I'm liking what I'm seeing from her. She seems to have a wonderful personality and a very fresh face for the Miss Universe organization. Now this is kind of my top 10, I guess. When I made this list, I listed the names that first popped in my head. 10, I have Ecuador. She has a degree or is educated in nutrition or something, or that's her area of interest. Then I have Peru. I have still really liked seeing things from her. I think she's fabulous. And then I have Vietnam. I love her look. She's so unique for the Miss Universe organization, and she seems to be having a lot of fun. I like seeing her posts. I follow her. Costa Rica. She had a career, or has had a career, in television and singing or something. Canada. Of course, I have to support Canada regardless, because you guys know. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Marta. She seems to be having a wonderful time, which how could you not at Miss Universe? Like, they're in Thailand. It's gonna be just so amazing. They're gonna make memories that will last a lifetime, and I know just an amazing experience for all of them. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from Marta. She's up there in my favorites, of course, and I obviously know her, so you know, I can't help but cheer for her. So this is my top 5 at this point. It changes constantly, but this is my top 5. It is so hard to decide because all these girls are amazing, but for number 5 I have USA. I'm liking everything I'm seeing, although I honestly feel like there are other girls who are starting to consistently outshine Siera Rose. I thought her walk was a little weak at the that silk fashion show, or whatever it was called. I don't know what it was called. Some of you might remember from Miss USA, she's a child life specialist. I don't really know what that means. Number 4, I am loving her. My problem is I don't know anything about her, and that is Puerto Rico. If you guys know anything about Puerto Rico, please put it in the comments, because I tried to Google her. Chiara Ortega, is that how you say her name? I don't know. I think she is so beautiful. Love her personality. I have no idea what she's saying when I hear her in her stories. I'll show my husband my Instagram feed and be like, oh my god, look at this girl, oh my god, look at this girl. And when I showed him Puerto Rico, he was like, wow, because I mean, wow, she is wow. Here's my top 3 at this point. So hard to decide, but this is my top 3. Number 3, I have Colombia. I have been so impressed with Colombia. I love what I'm seeing from her. I think she is just such a natural beauty, and a lot of times her hair, for example, is just kind of like more naturally curled, and her makeup's really natural, and I love that, and I think the Miss Universe organization will really love that as well. She doesn't have to be super done up to just look like a beautiful, warm, welcoming woman. Number 2, I have South Africa. I think she has a really strong chance at winning, especially because of her medical background. She's a medical student. I think she was, yeah, in her 6th and final year of medicine when she won Miss South Africa, and if she were to win Miss Universe, she would probably just take another year off of school and that would all be fine. That was what happened with Rolene Strauss when she won Miss World. I think she just took that year off, did her Miss World stuff, and then returned to school after. I was a little disappointed in her walk, to be honest, at the silk fashion show thing. Other than that, she is so stunning. And of course, my number 1 still, I'm sorry to some people, but my number 1 still is Catriona Gray. I still think she's the one to beat in terms of overall strength, her walk, her look, her profile, the fact that she placed top 5 at Miss World. I think she just has a really strong profile for Miss Universe. She looks good without makeup, she looks good with makeup, she looks good with her hair up, down, back. She always looks good, and she just has the personality that people are really attracted to. So she's still my number 1, my one to beat, and that's it. This is my updated predictions. It's such a hard year, you guys. I have no idea how the judges are going to make a decision because this has to be one of the most competitive Miss Universe editions in years. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments. Who's your favorite? Who do you think has what it takes to win? And if you know some more profile information on some of these girls, please let me know because I'd love to get to know them a little bit more so that I can make a better predictions in terms of personality and who they are, just other than their walks and what they look like. Because if you watch my Miss Universe, what IMG and Miss Universe organization looks for in a Miss Universe, it's about so much more than looks and walking on stage. So I will also link that video in the description box. But other than that, thanks for watching, and until next time.